All right, and now, as promised, let's talk a bit about how to outsource game art and graphics without talking to designers. What you need to do is basically look online for graphics and game art that suits your needs. There are many websites where you can find graphics and game art, even websites that freelancers own. A freelancer that does game art and graphics and has his or her own website where he or she uploads everything. And also, be aware that it is very hard to find good quality graphics for free, so you will most likely need to pay for them. But anyway, some of the websites I usually go to find game art and graphics are opengameart.org, creativeuncut.com, cartoonsmart.com, cartoonsmartart.com. There's also Concept Art World, Game and Graphics, reinerstylesets.de, lostgarden.com, dumpmanics.com, and then gameicons.net. If you still want more, you can have a look at an article I will leave for you in the video description. And like I mentioned, there are many websites where you can find these resources. So I mainly just Google search for game art and graphics depending on the theme I have in mind. Now, I don't usually get my graphics this way. My graphic designer takes care of that. But sometimes I do buy some game art, especially when I need character animations or sprites. I rather buy them than ask my graphic designer to do them, simply because if my graphic designer does them, they will not look as good and will take longer to do, and will also most likely be more expensive. So probably my favorite website for this is cartoonsmart.com and cartoonsmartart.com. The owner of the website, Justin, is a really cool guy and he has some amazing content. Definitely go have a look. I think that you can also subscribe for like a monthly fee or something and get a lot of game art for free every month. Well, it's not free because you're subscribing and paying the subscription, but you know what I mean. You get downloadable content every month without extra cost. The only danger with this is that because most of the game art looks so cool, you may end up wanting to make a bit of a complicated game. Don't do it. I know you'll be thinking about it, so don't do it. But remember, just keep it simple, guys. Like I said, the things I get from Justin's website are mainly animated characters. Like I don't get tile sets or weapons or anything like that because my games don't have that. Just have a look. Maybe you'll realize that you can buy something and give it to your designer. Your app will look better and will be done quicker. Another thing you can do if you don't want to talk to a designer face to face on Skype, but want more flexibility than just going online and finding game art, is simply hire him or her and just communicate via messages or emails. Now, I do not recommend this because you end up wasting too much time writing and explaining everything and then, back and forth emails to make sure that they understand. Also, just keep in mind that it will be a lot tougher to make the designer be a part of the team this way, since he or she will probably see the job as a one-off or something like that. And it will be a lot harder also to check on his or her progress, which means the design will most likely take longer. And since it will be harder for him or her to be a part of your team, that means that you will need to go looking for a new designer a lot more often. Remember that time is money, so you do not want to spend time on unnecessary things. This is why I can't stress enough how good it can be to get a designer and talk face to face, as I explained in the previous videos. Trust me, you won't regret it. But if you don't feel like doing that, then fair enough, you have these options as well.